biggest red flag for people really is a medical outcome that is unexpected or different than what you were told or led to believe would occur. Now, not every bad outcome is medical malpractice. Medicine is a complicated thing. In a lot of respects, there's a lot of judgment that's involved in medicine. And in a lot of circumstances, medicine is more art than science, it seems. So just because there's been an unexpected or poor outcome doesn't automatically mean medical malpractice has occurred. But that really is the first sign, the first red flag. You've had some sort of complication or some outcome that is different than what you anticipated. The other thing that we encourage people to look for is if you've had a diagnosis, go back into your medical history and think about symptoms that you had, doctors or healthcare providers that you saw, and start asking questions, because a lot of what we see in medical malpractice, it's not necessarily somebody who's in a hospital who's had a poor outcome. It's a scenario where they've got a diagnosis, and it's a diagnosis that was either missed or delayed, should have happened earlier. And really, it's just being aware of your own health, your own health care. It's being inquisitive and curious with your healthcare providers. And if there's just anything that doesn't make sense or seems inconsistent or seems different than what you were told or what you expected, that's really the biggest red flag, and that's when you should be consulting an attorney. Medical malpractice, and we sometimes refer to it as professional malpractice, is a pretty broad term. It does not need to occur within the walls of a hospital or within a doctor's office. There are all sorts of claims that we handle that involve professional or medical negligence outside of those more formal settings. We have claims against chiropractors. We have claims against urgent cares. We have claims against surgical centers. We have claims against physical therapy facilities. We have claims against nursing homes. Anytime you are receiving care that is medical in nature, it has the potential to fall within the context of medical malpractice. If you have concerns and think you may have a medical malpractice claim, the first thing I'm going to say to everybody is you should talk to an attorney first and foremost. And there's really no risk or no harm in calling us. There's no financial commitment. You're not signing up to necessarily file a medical malpractice lawsuit just because you call a lawyer. But it's always good advice to call an attorney as early as possible. We can guide you, we can advise you so that you are making the right decisions and protecting your rights as you go forward. In addition to that, we often tell people, there's no harm in requesting copies of your medical records. Every patient is entitled to their own medical records. If you have questions, you have concerns, if you feel like you're not getting answers from doctors or healthcare providers, get a copy of your records, request them, you're entitled to them. We also tell people there's never any harm in getting a second opinion. So if you have concerns or questions about what a doctor is telling you or a treatment recommendation, get a second opinion from another doctor before you decide. You should always be conscientious in your own medical care. You should always be inquisitive. You should always be asking questions. And by the way, if we're talking about a loved one, somebody that you are responsible for or caring for, it's the same analysis. It's a very common scenario in our practice that we have clients who are acting on behalf of other people. We can still handle those cases. The law sets out pretty clearly who has authority to act on behalf of those people, and we can help guide individual clients and family members on who has that ability, who can get medical records, who has the ability to hire an attorney, who can bring a lawsuit on behalf of that person. And we can help with those things and make sure that whatever the decision making is by the family, that they're able to have the medical malpractice case investigated, and if there is medical malpractice, to pursue it.